All right, today we're going to be doing the third core exercise on the ball that we've been working on. We've gone through, the first one was to stir the pot, then we did the plank. Today we're going to be doing the bridge. We're going to have some progressions with the bridge, but just like the other ones, we're going to start off easier and show you some ways that you can make it more complicated as we go along. Now the first thing you'll do with the bridge, you want to make sure that you're stable, with the bridge, make sure you're stable here. Make sure your feet are hip width distance apart. You want to make sure they're centered so that the center of your body is the center of the ball here, because if you're not that way and you go to get up on the ball, you could roll off to the side. So what I'm going to have Aaron do here is just bring his hips up off the ground like this. And so I want him to hang out here with his armpit, hip, and ankle in a straight line like this. Now I want to make sure that he can hold this for about 45 seconds to a minute without letting his hip drop, without shaking too much, not seeing too much of a wobble from side to side on the hips there. Now if he can do that, I'll have him go and drop back down. So if he's pretty comfortable with being able to hold that up there and not dropping, not feeling like it's too much of a strain on his back or even on his glute and legs, what I'm going to have him do, his next progression will be coming up off the ground. So he's going to bring it up here. And so he's going to, in this position, make sure everything's contracted, nice strong core here, and he's going to take his leg and he's going to lift it up off the ball, straight up like that, and then slowly bring it back down. And he's going to bring this other one up and then slowly back down. So once you do that one again there, good, up and back down, and then up and back down. Okay, good. Once you drop back down here. Now, if he can get to a point where he's comfortable with about 7 to 10 of these on each side, going back and forth, and he's not feeling the ball go back and forth too much, or he's not seeing that he's got his hip dipping from one side to the other. That's really the key you have to watch with this one. You don't want to retrain your body incorrectly. So if you're up and you extend out the leg and you see that opposite hip dropping down, go ahead and stop. You're not ready to progress from that point. So stay at those number of reps. If that's 2, you can stay there, or you can even go back to the static bridge and really work on getting to that minute without feeling yourself dip from side to side. Now there's 2 progressions that we can go from here. One of those is to go bringing the leg just straight out and then back in, and then changing to the opposite side, straight out and back in. And so this makes it a little bit more difficult because you've got your body weight out to the side like this. So we've got to make sure that you're not dipping too much here or dipping too much on the opposite side. And if he can get to the point where he feels pretty confident that he can do this for 7 to 10 reps, the next step is going to be going through a box. So he's going to lift his leg up, he's going to go out, he's going to go down, and he's going to come back in. And this one gets pretty tricky. The ball can shift a little bit, making sure you stabilize yourself, back down, and back in. Okay, you can go ahead and drop back down. Same thing with all of these. You want to make sure the hips aren't dipping too much. You want to make sure that you're not seeing that rotation side to side. And if you start to get some cramping in the back of the hamstrings, then you know you're using your hamstrings more than your glutes. So you need to make sure you fire your glutes as you're doing these, because we want to train the glute muscles to support the hips and the low back, as opposed to firing the hamstrings, which most of us do too often. All right, that was number 3. These are our 3 favorite core exercises on the ball. Like I said, we've got the first video you can find on the website, that's Stir the Pot. The second video is the plank that we did, and then this is the bridge. So with these 3, you can do a lot. You can challenge yourself quite a bit, and we gave you some progression so you can go from very basic to very difficult with these exercises. So good luck with these. If you have any questions, feel free to give us, shoot us an email or give us a call. If you're having any problems with these, we'd be happy to show you how to do them.